Good evening, everyone. I'm DJ Scroll, and I totally forgot to set up my shortcuts, so pushing buttons don't do anything. Welcome to Treetime. I am DJ Scroll, and I think did I just repeat myself? I think I did.
Yes, you did.
Damn it!
Slowly
Okay.
losing your mind here.
I know I am. We have with us Zai,
Hello.
Cutie, Shirley, who's sick and dying. Everyone pray for him because he has the bronchitis.
Something.
10K. And Fangirl, who is extra fangirly today because the Star Wars teaser trailer released for
Today is a glorious day to be a nerd.
for Return of the Jedi Part 3. So
In case you are not wondering, we will link it in the IRC chat. We have finally a teaser trailer for Star Wars The Last Jedi.
So good.
And warning, spoilers for said trailer will be coming.
you guys can blabber about that for a good hour. I'll just mute my mic and let you guys go.
No, don't mute.
Shouldn't we talk about the news first? Because
Well,
even though our last
Star Wars first. Star Wars is more important. Believe me, if we don't talk about Star Wars, she's going to explode. So
Okay.
Star Wars first.
I'm gonna explode! Alright, so
just a thought.
the marvelous...
Allow me to fish up the trailer as we get a summary of what's been going on. Fanny.
Alright, so essentially, dear friends, what's been going on is, obviously, Rey's more than likely been training with Luke. And as she trains, we're getting more and more hints that, especially the last little tagline at the end by Luke himself, that it's come to light that the dark and the light side of the Force, this whole fighting over which one should be dominant, is all a bunch of bullshit. And that the best way to ensure that, there is proper balance in the Force is to just get rid of it altogether. Not the Force, but the people who were fighting over it. Hence, we gotta get rid of the Jedi. We gotta get rid of the Sith. We gotta get rid of the Jedi. Hence, The Last Jedi.
And part of me is wondering, though, at what point in the movie does Luke say that? Because, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first things they did was basically reshoot the last scene from Force Awakens, although from different angles.
I'd actually kind of imagine it's like before he starts. You can see sort of like a little bit of her sort of swinging her saber around. It looks like he's sort of training her, or at least maybe
Or
she's like
observing.
trying to practice, and experimenting with the saber, and he's just like, why are you still doing this kind of thing? But I don't know. I can imagine like he says that towards the beginning, and she convinces him to sort of stop being self-executing and just like come back.
Yeah, I imagine
You had bad people. Get over it.
he's kind of like Mick from Rocky. It's sort of like the you don't want me training this. I'm old. I'm washed up. This is not my bag.
It seems definitely like it's like an inversion of Yoda. Yoda wants the reemergence of the Jedi, but he doesn't trust that Luke can do it because Luke's too old for the training and all that crap. Whereas I can see Luke kind of being like, okay, this needs to end. If we're gonna have any resolution, I need to die. Kylo's eventually gonna die. We just gotta let it go. Don't start no bullshit songs there, please. But yeah, I can absolutely see him being in that kind of mindset before she essentially pulls a Jyn Erso and says, well, but then we gotta have hope and all this stuff. So it's more, we may get that. Speculation there. Only, not any spoiler yet. But still, the whole thing, it looks amazing. It looks like it's going to be awesome. I mean, for all that they told us, it's going to be more like the first Star Wars, which was fun and campy and a little bit fun and a little bit silly, but still really amazing, instead of being all dark and stuff like the Empire Strikes Back turned into. I see that they are going to have us go into a bit of a dark point in there, as should be with most good sequels.
Or with most 3-act long-form stories. Yeah.
Well, we already know that Luke is in a darker place because he's upset about how certain things wound up.
Yeah, because there's that lovely image in the preview about how his his training facility, and all of his Jedi students were slaughtered by his
nephew. Yeah.
By his own damn nephew. Great. So yeah, like you can see that this is he's pretty much resigned to living in a crapshoot galaxy.
But let's also not forget some of the other stuff that's going on. You have Finn. You have Finn, who apparently is still comatose, and in his comatose state, he's dreaming that he's a black Detroit cop.
What?
What?
I'm talking about it's another movie that John Boyega is in. It was
anyway, Finn is of course still comatose. We got his future boyfriend, and I say this is a massive shipper. And we got his future boyfriend, Poe Dameron, and his little robot buddy, our favorite new pal BB-8, trying not to die as the rebel base is completely destroyed. We know this will be Carrie Fisher's very last appearance in film, and it will be a beautiful thing to remember her by.
Definitely.
We know that Kylo's still just a little damn bitch.
They did a nice thing with hiding his face, even though he destroyed his mask. Also in the trailer.
Yes.
He hid his face, behind his lightsaber, so that we didn't see how the scars that he got
now
from
fight.
The Force Awakens healed.
Well, it wasn't that bad of a scar.
Well, he got quite a few.
Yeah, it was just a flesh wound, but
Yeah,
you know,
it was just it was a graze across his face. It's not like it was like his granddad where he fell into a lava pit.
Or like his uncle who got smacked the fuck up by a freaking Yeti. But still,
and he still has both his hands at this point. So
At
that's
this point,
Yes,
yes,
actually, that is
the Skywalker curse of losing your fucking hands is yet to hit.
yes,
Yeah,
that's actually
that
something
happened
that
in
the
the
movies.
second
That's
movie,
something.
though.
Well, in
the
all
movies
fairness,
have,
Leia never got that curse.
That's something the movies have actually broken so far, as the trends in Star Wars. No one lost a limb yet.
We will
Second movie.
We will see what the second. It always
Please
happens in
no.
the second movie. It always happens in the second movie, and we'll find out. So yeah, so far it's looking good. It's looking really incredible. I am super excited for it, and I can't wait. I can't wait for it to be Christmas. Can it be Christmas? Because not only will we have Star Wars, but the rest of this damn year will be over.
You know, in a weird way, I'm kind of hoping nobody does lose a limb. Because if you think about it, the way the movies go, each one's technically like the repeating of history. So if somebody doesn't lose a limb, it's finally showing that history's going to change.
That's
Which would be
an interesting
neat.
one, yeah.
They just need a crazy old man, crazy old wide-eyed man with a silver vehicle to go back in time and
Fix all this bullshit. Yeah, Alright, so that's my nerd gushing out of the way. Now on to pony news!
Yes, so let us head to the news. Now, as I mentioned before, the laugh track is indisposed at the moment. He will be dropping by later, but he already gave us a bunch of news. First off, let us tell a story all about how Pinky's life got turned upside down. I'm sure everybody has seen the...
Who hasn't?
Yeah, everybody's seen the promo spoofing the Fresh
so
Prince
great.
of Bel
I'm
Air.
really so happy. My
that
friends
was
were
very
gushing about
impressive.
it.
I have to give it to Andrea for doing that. That was very impressive.
And
Also, hats off to I'm pretty sure it would have been Danny Ingram who would have made the background music for keeping it similar but legally distinct from the original.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of impressive, the whole deal with Discovery Family and Hasbro and MLP being at NASDAQ.
Yes,
Day.
there was.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can start.
Oh, there's the
Good.
Aussie call.
Yes, I've been murmuring this whole time, and like no one's been responding. And I'm
We
just
couldn't hear you.
I know, but my light was showing up on my end. I'm just like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
But I
go
was
B2,
having
don't
troubles with my mouse as well, but I could hear you. So it just kind of
But
sleep mode and rebooted, sort of.
That does bring up you did bring up a story that I knew we were going to get to, but Tara Strong was among the contingent that opened the NASDAQ stock exchange in New York for trading on Thursday, I believe.
I think it was Thursday.
For
But-
Thursday.
Seeing Rarity and Celestia blessing Manhattan with all of their radiance on the giant screens on the buildings, that was kind of neat.
How'd that feel, Rarity? Posing for all of Manhattan to see. Rar?
Rarity.
I'm sorry.
How'd
I'm
it
sorry. I
feel?
still got there.
Oh, were you just looking at all the fan mail you're getting from all the Manhattanites who are just still gushing over you being in their city?
Well, I do have the number one shop there for clothing.
I still refuse to believe that fractional reserve banking is anywhere near Equestria.
Why do you say that?
Because fractional reserve banking is a sin against nature. Fucking
Who cares about
Rothschilds.
nature?
Seriously.
Fluttershy.
Fucking Rothschilds.
Good answer.
Anyway, economic theory aside, think we should probably move on to. Apparently, there had been a rumor that Patton Oswalt, who played Quibble Pants, would be returning in season 7. Evidently, this has been thoroughly debunked.
Aww.
Aw, but we wanted to see more Quibble Pants.
It would have been nice, but as for Patton Oswalt, we will get to him later on in the show.
Oh?
For other reasons.
Hooray!
Because why not?
Have there been more confirmed things, such as the Shatner appearance?
Not in terms of guest appearances. No, not quite yet. But
We just know he's coming. We don't know what episode he's. We just know he's coming.
Eventually.
But apparently through Amazon UK, there is hinting at some of the movie stuff and
Movie stuff.
and some glim glam additional things.
More Glam Glam stuff?
Apparently so.
And that just is basically through Amazon UK.
Oh,
Not much. Looking there,
You guys have way more pony merch on your Amazon. I'm having to
Yes.
order a whole pile of merch through my friend Ali.
are they going to give some of this stuff to the US in any point?
Who
I
knows?
think it's
I can't
safe
get
to
my
say.
EPP dolls. I have to get them from the American site, which means I had to order so many things. It doesn't ship to UK, isn't it? Order through my friend and get her to send it to me because it can be done. Mail can physically be delivered here.
Isn't
It
that
can be done.
amazing?
It is possible.
And we're also getting some of the very first posters, teaser posters for the movie in cinemas. Movie theaters have started putting up the initial teaser posters for coming attractions or things to look out for.
Ooh.
For instance, the one I linked in the CR chat, and what I'm going to paste here, has appeared in North Carolina, High Point, North Carolina, at Palladium Cinema.
Ooh. I absolutely can't wait to see the cinemas.
I'm still just kind of like miffed. I mean, okay, we now have the first the first teaser for the new Star Wars, yet we have absolutely nothing for the MLP movie that's coming out earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, we have had something. It was the one teaser with the apparently shoddily animated, or shoddily rendered, I should say, ponies flying about.
Yeah,
Shoddily.
that doesn't count.
We haven't had a proper like.
There's no indication as to what's going to happen in the plot of the movie.
Yeah, we.
I don't think anyone's gonna care at this point.
What do you mean people won't care? Of course they would. Do you mean like people in the fandom or people in the staff making the movie? Because both would care.
But hasn't there been movies that have been released that they don't usually tell you the plot until you actually have to watch
Not
it?
about the plot, but I mean, like they're definitely going to want to like make an actual trailer to like get people hyped for it, because it's just basic like sales 101. You know, it's going to get people who to come and actually see the movie.
Considering that this is still considered a children's movie,
Yeah,
they're probably going to hold off until maybe like a month or two
very soon
before
yeah.
the release,
I can
before
imagine
they
that.
start.
Well, to be honest, I would
rolling
agree
trailers.
with you, but there are some kids movies that have come. They will release trailers and teasers like years before the movie comes out. Shrek 2.
Yeah,
Yes?
point made, I suppose.
With Shrek?
We're trying to make a point.
Okay.
I didn't know about that. Whatever.
Yeah.
I never really followed Trek too much.
soon.
And we have a possible. We have some speculation as to who has written the episodes for the premiere. It's at this point, it's speculated that Christine Sonko and Joanna Lewis have written the premiere episode for tomorrow. You may recognize those names from the episodes Top Bolt and Gauntlet of Fire.
Yay! Those were epic.
Those were quite the good episodes.
According to their shared Twitter page, when asked did they write this week's episode, they replied, maybe.
I still cannot watch Top Bolt without thinking Danger Zone.
Needs to be played.
It needs to be played.
It needs to be played.
There needs to be. We need a pony FMV of it.
We need Pony Kenny Loggins.
No, we need a
No, we do not.
we need a music video made with the shots from the episode and from other stuff, make with that song playing in the background. That's what we need.
I wonder if well, we wouldn't be able to do it completely, but I bet we could recreate most of the shots from the music video they did for Top Gun to that song.
Most of them die.
Sequence, yeah. Or also good luck trying to make a PMV version of "Take My Breath Away" by Berlin.
Oh God!
Well,
I got tired of that
how long
song.
you can keep it up there.
Anyway, that is the news, according to Trademark, who isn't here, but
Needs to be.
that, yeah. Hopefully, if we do a little music break, he may get here before we can talk about the other big nerd news of the day: the release of the long anticipated, kick-started 11th season of Mystery Science Theater 3000 on Netflix.
Let's do a quick music break, and we'll be right back. Talk about that.
Agreed.
And we're back. Hello, everyone. Trade's finally with us. Hooray!
I would like to take a moment to remind the audience that all proceeds from the spider bake sale go to real spiders. Please help the cause.
Okay. One. This is not 2015. Two.
I know, but I beat Muffet, so I'm happy.
Okay.
Besides, I could have been worse. I could have said it like this: all proceeds go to real spiders.
Why?
Spiders!
This is not 9, 10 when he made that review.
We're gonna hit you.
Okay.
You'll have to reach across the internet first. Anyway, yeah, since I'm here, that means Samurai Jack talk.
Yes.
Does it now?
After the travesty that was April Fool's Day,
Oh,
Yes.
get the fuck over it.
Wah.
I made a video showing how salty I am about it. I can be as bitter as I want.
No, you can't.
No, you can only be salty. Bitterness is a different flavor altogether.
If I wasn't sick, I would do my Rick Sanchez voice and tell you to get the fuck over it.
Either way, we got a new Samurai Jack episode. Starts off after Samurai Jack survived the 57th ungodly fall he's had in his career of being in the future.
Falling onto that tree branch, like
Falling onto those tree branches, just wow. Yeah, he survives, and of course he's all freaked out because he thinks he's still in battle.
Yep.
And he finds a blood trail.
Yeah.
And there's Ashi.
There's Ashi.
And the crows / ravens / whatever the fuck those birds are all cry out that he's a murderer.
That's because, well, they're a murder of crows. That's why.
Oh, duh.
Hi-oh.
That is a pun.
Yes.
I see what you did there, bro. Anyway, turns out he's not a murderer though, because somehow Ashi is just as much of a badass as he is, because she's alive because it's Tara Strong.
What? No, hold on. He threw all the other members of the surviving members of the Order up that cliff and killed how many of them with a spear and a sword? Jack's a fucking murderer.
Well, okay, he's 7/8 a murderer.
But he was defending himself. They
Yeah,
did
it's
try
still
to
fighting
kill him
self-defense.
first. He gave them the option to walk away.
And he even said they chose their own path. So that totally.
Yeah, so the whole thing of he's a murderer, I'd say that's one, it's an argument, and two, just because Ashi survived doesn't mean he's not a killer.
Cough drop.
Save the arguing when you're not as ill as a dog.
Please do not die.
Anyway, yes, Ashi's alive somehow, even though she fell off a cliff just like
She
the others.
hit the other tree's branches.
I guess. Doesn't matter though, because Jack still handles her like a boss and uses her own chain weapon to hang her from a tree. Not hang by her neck, just hang by her torso as she swings in the breeze and just keeps on calling him samurai scum.
Oh, doesn't string her up?
Well, the chain's wrapped up around her torso.
You scum, baka.
And I love Jack's response.
She was going, baka, 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 baka. Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. I love Jack's response. You are very troubled. And very confused.
That's one thing I love about that show, that their humor is just wonderfully it's part of the conversation. It's just not like thrown in to be haha funny.
Yeah, that's what I love. The comedy, there's a bit of comedy in this episode, even though, it's still season 5, so they haven't thrown all the dark elements out the window to be funny. Case in point, a giant ass creature swallows them whole. Just a giant ass creature burrowing through the earth, just rips through the ground and just swallows them. Thank you, Fanny.
Nobody likes an ass creature.
Ass creatures.
Moving on.
That sounds very creepy.
Soon as they land in what I assume to be I don't know, the lower intestines somewhere. The anatomy of this creature is confusing. Ashi's just laughing her ass off. It's just the samurai's dead. Just she's saying it to Aku, just like, oh great Aku, the samurai's finally dead. Jack's like,
I'm sitting right here, bitch.
I'm still fucking here.
I've been in big creatures before, like your mom, for instance.
Why did you
Really?
have to go there?
Because
But yeah.
horrible memes.
The rest of this episode basically consists of, like, first of all, Jack finds a way to strap Ashi to his back with the chains, so he has backpack Ashi.
And if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. Oh, wrong chain. I'm sorry.
And yeah, it consists of, like, a few encounters with other creatures that have either been swallowed or naturally live there. Like, there are these things that are made of teeth and legs. Like, no joke. They're just, like, giant-ass creatures made of legs and teeth. Like, they've got mole teeth. And there's either Ashi trying to kill Jack or Jack trying to save Ashi. Because sometimes Ashi will get, like, either kidnapped or the creatures will try to eat her, but Jack always saves her. Which doesn't bode well for the hallucinations that he has.
Yeah,
He
about
still
those
has them.
hallucinations.
Yeah.
The little fuzzball that's Grey Deleuze is pretty funny. What did you expect? A hug and a kiss? You're 150
Yeah.
years old compared to her, you sicko.
To be fair,
I
he
saw a
hasn't
good picture of that,
aged.
but I haven't seen the episode, so I don't know what the hell.
He's just grown that stupid beard.
And meanwhile, there's the inner Jack, who thankfully isn't as nightmarish as the last time we saw him. But he's still snarky as hell. Just like, Jack and inner Jack are having a talk, and Ashi gets kidnapped by a monster in the background. And inner Jack sees that she's been kidnapped, and he's just like, she's gone. And he's got the smug-ass smile, and it's like, oh good, bitch is finally dead. And then Jack grabs something that's akin to a mace, and inner Jack's just like, you're going to save her, aren't you? Yep. Oh, fucking hell. And then they get to what I assume to be the blowhole / stomach.
It's
Like, no-
blowhole.
Yeah, no joke. There's like a blowhole up on top, and there's a pit of acid below. So I assume
Thank
it's
you,
a blowhole that leads
Pinocchio
to a stomach.
revisits.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, first of all, this scene is beautiful. And even Ashi agrees with that. Like, Ashi is just in awe, and Jack's just like, even amongst Aku's destruction, there's still beauty to be found. And there's just like all these creatures flying around. They're like fish, but they don't need water. They fly through the air. So Jack grabs one and just like starts to make his way to the blowhole, which is opening and closing. And then this giant ass, like 6-eyed fish just like starts snapping at them. It's a big ass hunter. Like, when the light goes through its body and shows that black skeleton with the jagged teeth and 6 green eyes, that's a big fucking scary fish. Doesn't matter though, Jack's a badass and hops from other smaller creatures and eventually relies on the kamikaze jellyfish, and I call them kamikaze jellyfish because when they get scared, they start to shake and eventually explode.
Wow.
Yeah. Not the type of transportation. Thankfully, again, Jack's a badass, so he rides the explosion of his kamikaze jellyfish up through the
And
blowhole.
he jumps good out of the blowhole.
Yeah.
He jumps.
Jumps good.
Jumps good.
I think you meant to say jumps through.
No, jumps good.
Jumps good.
Jumps good.
They land on a little island, and finally, because I knew this was going to happen, Ashi is about to kill him, and then a ladybug conveniently comes by, and that gives her the memories of, I remember life.
I remember
And-
life beyond my training.
So
And-
I'm starting to see that Ashi here is like supposed to be kind of like the Black Widow trope.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like, it's kind of like she's a classic example of nature versus nurture.
I saw this
No,
coming from the first episode.
I'm talking literally Natasha, the Black Widow.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
literally Natasha for the Black Widow, who used to be bad and was an assassin trained to kill, and then, oh, look at that. Nick Fury and freaking S.H.I.E.L.D. Now she's good.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
she grew a conscience.
How
You guys, though,
convenient.
left out two of the funniest damn scenes, though.
Go on. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember.
What? The first one is when they're getting rained on by...
Yeah, for some reason, this creature, like, has a thing where it just rains needles inside of it because reasons. And they're sitting...
I thought they were like antibodies for a minute, but...
I don't know. I came up with a theory that if the creature senses like inflammation or irritation inside its body, it like releases those things to like, I don't know, do acupuncture. But in any case, yeah, Jack and Ashi are sitting underneath this like little cover,
Yeah.
and they're just staring at one another, and they've got like needles for days. They got needles poking out of them. And Jack's just like, well, better get this over with, and he takes one out of him, one out of Ashi, and the cycle repeats. And he tries to make small talk with Ashi. You know, some people actually pay for this. It's called acupuncture.
And then there's
Never
the
mind.
horrible picture of people have drawn about having to take the quills out of certain other areas.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then there's the other scene where he makes some makeshift armor.
You guys
out of
realize
it.
she would have been wearing chains over all crucial areas, right?
Yeah.
I
But-
said the torso.
And then there's the bit where he makes some makeshift armor out of some creature's abdomen, and then he's like, I like the back fur. I'm like, what the
Yeah. I know. He says it in such a creepy yet funny way. I like the back fur. And
You look
Ashi's just like,
ridiculous.
you look
Or
hideous.
hideous, yeah. It's
Coming
like,
from you, hideous is an improvement. Thank you.
But
She's just
seriously, I like the back fur. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Jack, you have issues.
What do you expect? He's been living in the future for 50 fucking years, and he's having fucking depression, suicide, hallucinations. He's fucked up. He's fucked up. Let him have this moment. But yes, Ashi, back to the island. Ashi does have a memory of the ladybug. Back in her training when she was a kid, a ladybug flew in during her training, and she's just like, wait, we need to stop fighting. What is this creature? And her mother's just like, stop fucking staring at the bugs. They're not part of Aku's order. And she crushes the ladybug between her fingers. Cut back to present day. The ladybug lands on Jack's hand, and Jack lets it go. So Ashi's just like,
does not compute.
you're supposed to be the destroyer of life. I need to sit down.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that's starting to get to me. Because even though this mother, I don't know what her is that her name, Mother?
Yeah, let's just
mother.
The mother of the assassins.
But she's like, she comes up with this doctrination for the daughters of Aku, and I'm just like, I don't know if Aku even knows about these girls.
Probably not.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Because they're so sheltered and indoctrinated with like this idea of Aku is best and Aku is like all. They didn't even know what the hell. They didn't even know what the hell an elk was, and they thought that the stag, because he had antlers like Aku, that it was going to devour the weaker one. I'm like, really? They taught you guys nothing else.
Dude, they fucking worship Aku as a god. Like when Ashi's being dragged around by Jack on her back, she's praying to Aku to strike down the defiler of his wondrous land. Which is the scene where Jack is just like, alright, I would stab a bitch, but I don't have a sword, so I'm gonna talk down a bitch.
That's what cults can do.
But I'm just kind of like, how did this start? Where did this woman even get this idea?
Just watch. One day there's going to be an episode, the inevitable episode, where the Aku and Jack face each other again. It won't be the final bout, but it will be like a brief, oh, you caught up with me. Oh, it's you again. Blah, blah, blah. And she's going to be there, and she's going to try to, like, you know, say, I've been your ardent follower. I've done everything you taught me. And he's just going to be like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Watch as it's like that scene with Demungo back in back in like the original series, and he's just like crushes her or something just for the sport of it. Just you remember that scene?
Crush her, he'll just be like, "I don't know who the hell you are. What are you to me? I am your follower. I'm the daughter of a coup."
He's gonna
I have daughters.
Yeah,
I have daughters.
But speaking of
I
a
don't
coup,
pay any child support. Oh.
speaking of a coup, the next episode is going to be so much fun. I won't say much because, we were given the sneak peek. But the sneak peek featured these warriors trying to storm Aku's, castle or whatever the place is called. And he's just perhaps slaying these ne'er-do-wells will get me out of my lane. And he flies out of his castle and just stomps down the initial forces, and that's all we get. Although there is
not all we get.
Well, yeah, I was about to say we do get one brief little image that confirms what so many fans have been wanting to see. The Scotsman is back.
The Scotsman returns!
Yes, the Scotsman returns, and he's old as fuck.
He's old and fat, and has to be carried in on a chair.
He's old and fat, he's carried on a chair, his hair is pure white.
But he's still kicking ass.
He's got a Gatling gun leg now. You thought a machine gun leg was badass? He's got a Gatling gun leg.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got a chain gun. He's gun.
Charging into battle on a wheelchair with a Gatling gun leg, a sword, and those horrible teeth. He is a badass and a half.
Well, like what Grizzly Snake says, old as fuck on a rascal scooter.
Here's the thing. If you guys remember, the Scotsman's sword is enchanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not as powerful as Jack's sword, but it is enchanted to kill evil. So Aku doesn't. That's why Aku has been trying to kill the Scotsman as well, because the Scotsman's claymore is actually just as deadly to him as Jack's sword is. It's just not as powerful.
Oh yeah. Watch as Jack gets that sword. Okay, turn it down. Thank you. And that, my
Clearly,
friends...
the Highlander is a Highlander.
God damn it.
See what I did there?
Born to be kings with the princes of the universe? That kind of Highlander?
That kind of Highlander.
There can only be one!
Anyway, yes, I'm looking forward to the next episode of Samurai Jack as usual.
Isn't that... I think that's Silver Quill's answer to the wide granny...
Oh.
You got up, but yeah.
Granny Smith is a Highlander. That's why she's able...
Ah.
That explains, to me, that explains nothing. I don't really watch the series.
Absolutely nothing at all.
Well, that explains why she keeps trying to teach me how to cut off a pony's head.
Anyway, enough about Samurai Jack. How about the other new thing that popped up, QD?
Yes. I gotta do the math here. After 18 years off television screens, in terms of it being a first-run property, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is back.
On Netflix.
On Netflix, yes. Now, for those of you who don't know Mystery Science Theater 3000, it is either the greatest show in the history of television, or that one show with the really bad movies and the robots that sit in the corner. Both labels are accurate.
If you've ever heard of Riff Tracks, well, this is essentially Riff Tracks, the TV show.
Yes, this is their love child, and they brought it back.
This is the first thing before Rift Tracks.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes. MST3K came first.
Then when the series that ended, Riff Tracks was the byproduct.
Yes, and Rift Tracks was formed by 3 of the crew members of the Satellite of Love, as it were. Michael J. Nelson, Kevin Murphy, and Bill Corbett, also known as...
The problem is Rift Tracks got into a whole load of legal trouble because Paramount and Fox Studios were trying to copyright infringement.
Well, the only thing they could possibly claim copyright infringement on is if Riff Tracks was selling films with the added commentary included,
which they weren't.
As it was, and as they still do. Most of their products are just the soundtracks of them talking, which you have to sync up with the Blu-ray or the DVD.
Yeah, they sell the movie disc separately, and of course all rights return to their owners. But the riff tracks part, the actual commentary, is a separate thing, and you pretty much got to start both in tandem in order for it to work right.
Yeah, but we're getting a bit sidetracked.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, well, let's.
Point is, Mystery Science Theater is back.
Yes, it is back, thanks to the efforts of creator Joel.
Patreon backers.
Not a dozen. I've got the figure.
I'm sorry. I'll get the more accurate term. A shit ton of Patreon backers.
That's getting warmer. As I was about to say, thanks to the efforts of creator Joel Hodgson, the fine folks at Shout Factory.
Yes.
And all the fans who donated.
And 48,270 Kickstarter backers.
Including the one who's talking right now.
Yes. My actual name appears in the credits of the 5th episode of the season.
Under real life or just QD?
Real life.
Yay! None of us will know it.
But yeah, we got a new human on the Satellite of Love by the name of
Jonah Heston, as played by Jonah Ray. Who's been best associated as a stand-up comedian and one of the co-hosts of Chris Hardwick's Nerdist podcast.
And for those of you who are not aware of MST3K's very loose plot,
it's not so much as a plot as a general premise for the framing device.
Yeah, it's a framing device for the whole reason why they're up there watching these horrible movies and making snide comments. Essentially, you've got a man who is essentially the janitor of a space station who's stuck in space.
Yes, thanks to the efforts of either Gizmonic Universe or a group of baddies called the Mads.
Mads as in mad scientists.
Yes, this lot, they like to torture said janitor and the service robots who inhabit the satellite by sending terrible films for them to watch.
The reason they're doing this is so they can find the worst movie that was ever made and public so that he may conquer the world.
Troll 2.
Of course.
Hasn't come up as an experiment yet.
There have been so many. They've done. What was it? Santa versus the Martians.
Santa Claus conquers the Martians is one of those.
There was Manos,
the Hands of Fate.
There was actually a particular fantasy film that they did once, but I can't recall the name of it. All I know is the joke of Wizard Whiz was the
David
best
Warner. With David Warner. Quest of the Island Earth. That was. Yeah, This Island Earth, which is a Universal sci-fi movie.
But yes, the Mads this time around are Kitty. I don't remember.
Yes,
the child
you have
forester.
Yes, all the mad scientist groups have at least one member of the Forrester family, starting with Pearl, Mary Jo Peel, the grandmother of the current Mad. Her son, Clayton Forrester, played by Trace Beaulieu, and the current member of the Forrester clan, Kinga, played by Felicia Day.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yes, and she is deliciously mad.
Felicia Day, most of you will probably recognize her from either Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
That's where I recognize
her.
Or the web series The Guild.
But standing next to her, just like TV's Frank,
Frank Conniff, is TV's son of TV's Frank.
played by Patton motherfucking Oswalt,
which we mentioned earlier in the show when talking about whether or not Quibble Pants was going to be back.
Yeah, if you're disappointed about Quibble Pants not being around, this is the reason why he's not around.
I was so surprised when I heard Pat Oswald's voice, but I was like, I joined sort of halfway through our screening, so I didn't really know what was going on when that sort of stuff came up.
Good job.
This is gonna be a fun series.
This is the place where Patton can let his nerdiness shine.
So, like, I've never seen this show before, so
it is an absolute gem. And in all honesty, if you want like if you got some extra cash on you, like a really funny night, pick one of your favorite mainstream movies that's come out recently, and buy the riff track to it.
Oh God.
Hooray.
Yeah, it is. Those are definitely a riot.
The Iron Man one in particular was.
We also have voicing Crow-Teed Robot, stand-up comedian Hampton Yount.
Who does a decent job.
And voicing Tom Servo, Baron Vaughn.
Yes.
And Gypsy, in this case, is not voiced by a man trying to sound like a woman. It is an actual Midwestern woman, one Rebecca Hansen.
Well, about damn time.
So don't worry, you don't have to hear this voice all the time.
He's toast! See you in post-op!
And the kit bashing for these robots is so much. It's been improved so much.
Yes, the robots now have things like articulated arms rather than Tom Servo's slinky arms from earlier season.
Aw, but the slinky arms were awesome. They just flail around.
Well, now he can actually move his arms.
And he can actually fly in the theater.
Yes.
Which leads to very amusing gags with the silhouette and on-screen action.
Yeah, so Tom will just randomly just get out of his seat and just fly in front of the screen, and it makes you want to shout, "Down in front!"
Fuck the front row.
Fuck the back row.
God damn it.
Those who are in the know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Anyway, there are loads of writers. In the first episode alone, which I premiered.
Oh yeah.
Which I premiered in because as a Kickstarter backer, I was able to get a download the day before.
Cool. I think I remember donating to this Kickstarter, but I didn't donate high enough to get
get downloads. Yeah,
to get a name.
Yeah,
anyway,
you're in for movies like, or actually, Cutie, am I allowed to say the titles now?
I'm gonna reveal the titles. Since the entire season is now up on Kickstarter, but
or Netflix.
And Netflix.
On Netflix. I take that back. Good catch. The first episode, Reptilicus, written by Harold Buchholz, Paul Chaplin, who is an MST3K alum.
A movie made in Denmark.
Paul and Storm, Tammy Golden, Dan Harmon of Rick and Morty fame, Joel Hodgson, Elliot Kalin of The Daily Show, Leslie Kinzel, Matt Oswalt, Patton's brother, Jonah Ray, Mary Robinson, Justin Roiland, Baron Vaughn, and Hampton Yount. So they've got a really huge writer's room, and it shows because the riffs just flying.
Like I was trying to make a joke alongside these guys, but these guys are just rapid fire, just bang, 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 bang. Calm the fuck down, guys. Breathe.
Because this is their job.
Yeah, this is their job, and
a lot of the times those are improvised on top of being scripted.
Yeah.
Well, like the little riffs they give. I was gonna say it just like all of it sounded like obviously scripted to me. But like, as I was trying to say earlier when you guys were interrupting me, like
Sorry.
I'd never seen this show before, so like when QD was like, oh yeah, I'll stream it. I was like, yeah, cool, I'll watch. And then like I was doing other stuff in like AFK, and I came back and he was already starting it, so that's why I came in late. But it was such a weird show. Like, what?
Someone mistook the theme song for the actual day when he would stream it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes place next Sunday AD, and he was like, "Oh, you're doing it next Sunday."
Yeah, why would I not think that?
Because AD. Why would somebody say, "Oh, I'll do it next Sunday AD"?
I thought he was just being silly. It was like a joke from the show. I didn't realize like it. I didn't.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong.
No, I know, not completely wrong, but like I thought it was just like something to do with the fact that it's like it's supposed to be like a future thing. But I don't know. I thought I'd never seen the theme tune, so like I actually thought he meant he was literally doing it next Sunday and just like making it into some reference on the show. But yeah, it was such a weird show. Like, is this actually something shown on TV like before?
It was.
For a long time, it was shown on Sci-Fi.
Like,
Comedy Central, and then Sci-Fi.
But like, it was enjoyable. It's such a weird thing compared to other shows. It was like really sort of it took me back.
A lot of B movies and really crappy but really enjoyable movies. I've been exposed to them through this format, through Mystery Science Theater, like Manos: The Hands of Fate.
God, that movie was so terrible.
Oh God, that is a classic.
The Works of Ed Wood.
What was that one sci-fi movie where they kept stealing shots from Battlestar Galactica, and they
film. That was
and they filmed most of it in a boiler room.
Oh God, that was.
Oh fuck! I know this one.
Everyone knows it, but no one can name it.
Space Mutiny.
Yes.
Yes.
Space Mutiny.
Oh my God, that is one of my favorite episodes. Big McLarge huge.
Anyway,
that movie is just this epic level of bad. It's like it's The Room of science fiction.
It's like Turkish Star Wars.
It outdoes Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, next we had Reptilicus, but the next one.
Don't read off the whole list of writers this time.
I'm not gonna list the writers, but I should say that there are guest stars up the wazoo throughout the course of this thing.
Let's keep them a secret, though. Let's keep them a secret.
Keep that a secret, but give us the names of the episodes, which are actually named after the movies.
Actually, I will say that we do have guest appearances by some of the previous Mads.
Yes. Anyway,
I won't say in which.
Wait. No. Now, Dr. Forrester can't be there because he died.
Well, he became a Star Child, but
yeah.
But there are previous Mads that make a guest appearance.
Yes.
Nice.
Nothing.
We heard everything, Starry. Next.
Which is awesome. Anyway, the episodes. We mentioned Reptilicus. Then comes Cry Wilderness, a Bigfoot-type monster.
I saw that movie. It's so bad. So bad.
Then there's The Time Travelers.
Boring.
We have a disaster movie called Avalanche.
Seen it. Hated it.
Which features Rock Hudson and Mia Farrow.
Yeah.
That poor woman.
You're not talking about the one. You're not talking about the crappy movie
there's so much that she should. There's so much that she deserves better than this.
That is true.
Then is The Beast of Hollow Mountain, which is largely a western with only a little bit of monster included. And this I think is the crown jewel of this entire season. I haven't seen it yet, but based on the clips that I've seen of the source material leading into this, I know it's going to be golden. Star Crash.
Oh boy.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Try to imagine a Star Wars knockoff with David Hasselhoff.
Oh yeah.
That deserves a fail.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah, please don't laugh.
You sound like the Joker from Arkham City.
Did he have bronchitis and nearly die?
Close. I won't spoil it for those who haven't played the game, even though that game's very fucking old now.
Anyway, then we have The Land That Time Forgot, which involves a German U-boat and British survivors ending up someplace with dinosaurs.
Oh god, are they doing the Hollow Earth? That'd be hilarious.
Then is The Loves of Hercules, which is one of those Steve Reeves type of Italian sandal and sword movies.
Was he in it?
Not Steve Reeves, no.
Disappointing.
But let's face it, it's a bunch of muscle-bound men with small loincloths and oiled up. So what you've seen one, you've seen a lot of them.
You see all of them.
You have South Korea's take on the kaiju film, Yongari, Monster of the Deep.
I haven't seen that one.
Then comes Wizards of the Lost Kingdom and Wizards of the Lost Kingdom 2.
Oh dear god.
Yeah.
Carnival Magic.
Is it going to be like that one movie, Carnival?
I don't think so. No, I'm not going to. It's probably going to be. Let's face it, these movies are going to be shit. Then we have our Christmas special, the Christmas that almost wasn't.
No.
I know the Thanksgiving that almost wasn't, but I don't think I've seen the Christmas that also. Was it animated?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's live action.
You're
That's
thinking
a
of
shame.
The Year Without a Santa Claus.
No, I'm not.
And wrapping up the season is At the Earth's Core.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to remember if I ever did see one of the movies without the commentary, and I think one of them, was Carnival, and messed up zombies who used to be that really stupid ass long title from the set.
MST3K did this.
Did what?
I know the movie.
While QD tries to remember, there is the possibility that there will be more MST3K after this, but that relies on you.
There we go. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became messed up zombies.
Oh man, that is.
That's the title.
That is a title.
That is a title, and that is a film that MST3K riffed.
To make use of my newfound catchphrase, yes, those were words.
That reminds me of like the parody zombie title on Gravity Falls. It's just like almost people that are almost dead but not quite, or something.
But yes, as I was saying, MST3K might get another season after this on Netflix, but again, that relies on you, the viewers. You need to direct people to this shit. You need to get people to watch this shit. If it's popular, it'll get more episodes.
It's how
pretty much every series, Netflix or television or anything, gets more stuff.
Since they don't rely on Nielsen ratings, they have to get subscriber viewers. So all 14 episodes of the season are out now. And if you're at all interested, or if you're an old fan, trust me, you're going to love this.
Sorry, get your phone away from your headphones!
Oh my god. I forgot that Netflix. Please don't explode, story.
I couldn't hear it. I was moving as you yelled at me.
Die.
You could hear it? Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Starry. It's just really loud.
I
Zai,
know.
you
Trust
gotta-
me, I can hear it in my headphones.
Wow, that's weird. But yeah, I was just gonna say, like, just quickly, on the subject of like stuff to watch that I don't know. I just yesterday, my friends and I watched the finale to Sword Art Online Abridged, and it is.
Yes.
I would say again, it's the best abridged series I've ever seen on the internet. It's so funny. It completely changes how you look at the show. It fixes everything. It is so much better than the original show. And
When I met Cherami, I told her. Well, I met her mum. I told her about it. I said basically Kirito never matured. He's still that same 14-year-old who was in there.
It's so entertaining as its own thing, as well as incredibly entertaining as a parody, and just like how it looks at the show and the flaws that it has, and how it changes just a few things and somehow manages to fix the entire show. It's incredible. But we're just laughing so hard the whole time we're watching it. It's so hilarious.
Zai, to be fair, Sword Art Online
has
never really that good of a show.
No, that's the point. But like the way they make fun of the flaws, they kind of incorporate them and then like make a nod at them in a way like they kind of like, okay, just a spoiler, because anyone who's like even seen the thing will know the spoiler. Anyone who hasn't seen it probably won't care. The bit at the end after Sword Art Online is finished, when they're like talking to Kayaba, and he's and in the original anime he's like, why did you do this? And he's like, after all this time I don't even remember. And like he says that line in the parody, and the characters are just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me!
Hang on,
and he's like, I was messing with you. Can you imagine if that was the real reason?
Zai?
The finale, they finished it.
When?
No, they haven't finished it because technically there's still a whole other 12 episodes to go.
No, but I haven't seen that episode.
It's like a
it just came out, Starry. You can watch
it. Like a 30-minute long edit.
I'll get you the link.
Okay, so it's like a whole like wrap up thing with like a whole like end credit sequence, which is like styled like an old arcade machine scoreboard, which is really cool. But as the credits finish, it slowly zooms out on like this arcade machine. It's got like a countdown, the continue thing, and as it counts down the last couple of numbers, the screen fades out and you hear like a coin going into the slot. So it's kind of hinting they might do more, and everyone's kind of hoping they do, because it's such a good series and has so much like effort put into it in a production scale. It's like,
I auditioned for Yui for it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think that went to Red as a Tomato. I remember I looked.
They had a good Yui though.
I looked.
Like, she did sell it.
There's a link for you, Starry.
I know that name because I looked in the description of the video as we were watching the episode, because I'm like, damn, Yui's voice actor is really good. I'm gonna tell them that could have been my friend Starry.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't get in.
I know, I said it could have been. But
I
if you want something fun to watch, whether you've seen Sword Art Online or not, just watch the show because it's so entertaining. I'm gonna follow that link and try to find the first episode so I can like link it in the IRC.
Oh, that's easy enough. I have it here since I already.
And basically, Kirito is OP, and they admit that he's OP, and they also give a bit of detail as to why he has two.
There's episode 1.
He managed to.
Nobody can dual wield. It's like, well, except for that one guy that had 2 axes.
I haven't even seen the.
You're right.
I haven't even seen the show, but I know for a fact that he's OP. Yeah. I remember seeing this internet reviewer.
He's a Mary Sue, yes.
He was able to save a dying NPC.
Oh yeah, that's
turn her into an item.
They still do that in the parody. I don't think that's too weird, to be honest, because he did have access to an admin console at the time.
He managed to make programming faster than
what happens when you piss off an angry node.
It wasn't actual programming in the thing. It's just because they had access to an admin console, he was able to do something. That was really bad. Okay, now for the guilty admission that's going to have everyone say, you will never be a real anime fan again. I like Sword Art Online.
Actually, me too. I have the same guilty pleasure. Just
I liked it.
It's so bad, but it's so much fun to watch anyway.
It's fun. And you can still enjoy it.
All right, 10. You no longer have any right to belittle me about liking Death Note.
Liking what?
Death Note.
Yeah, I have every right. Death Note is horrible.
Trey, she's got a point. Death Note is much worse.
Bad.
Put out online.
All right, fine.
My problem with Death Note is that
You
the
have
main
your things, I
character's
have mine.
arrogance is beyond contemptible.
What do you expect? He made that vow to be god of the new world when he was 17 years old. I mean, yes, he's an A student. He should fucking know better because he's like
I don't
a fucking
care.
star's child. But yeah, he's a fucking kid.
I love that one.
I don't
MCM
care. I want to put a bullet through his head.
One of the MCM.
I also hate L cosplayers.
One of the MCM
Not
Comic
freaking
Cons here in
cosplay.
London. Yeah, it's just a wig and a white shirt, or even not even a wig if they have black hair.
And too much black eyeshadow.
Yeah. But the one MCM Comic Con here like years ago, one of the first ones I went to, someone cosplayed as a Death Note. It was like a giant book, and people were actually like able to write in their pages. So
Oh my god.
they actually had pages, and people could flip them and write names in it. It's really funny.
I do not agree with 10 about the cause.
Yeah.
Like guys going to an anime convention.
Well, seriously, it's a white long sleeve
long
t-shirt
Yeah.
and jeans and
no
too much
shoes.
eyeshadow.
Mm.
That's not a costume.
And carrying
That's
along
not even trying. I realize there are people out there who are very serious about the character and whatnot, but I'm like, no.
Like
10K. I have to disagree.
Oh boy.
I have, but only slightly. With at least, I will disagree only on one thing. I like Death Note. I like it to a point. There is a point where it becomes very stupid, and it's not as good as it was.
Yeah, I didn't finish
Okay.
the manga.
All right.
But if you want a better interpretation of the Death Note story, the best version you can find is the live-action film done from Japan.
Not Netflix.
Not
Not
Netflix.
Not
No.
Netflix. That whitewash bullshit needs to be. People need to just boycott that one just to make Netflix understand it works better as an Asian story. Because
Actually,
it does
it's
work better
funny.
as an Asian story.
It's funny that you mentioned the Asian films, Fanny, because there is another new one that's coming out. It's not based on anything from the manga. It's not based on anything from the anime because that story's all
Done.
over and done with. They're doing something new. They're doing future stuff.
Okay, but anyway, my point was the live-action Japanese film, which actually was dubbed. We're using the English anime voice actors, but done very well again. It is the better version of the story because Light's not a teenager when it happens. He is an adult in college.
That would probably help.
It does like the
And he
Dragon
doesn't,
Ball Z
and
thing.
he only uses the Death Note when he actually is witnessing a crime in progress. He doesn't do it as a whim. He doesn't do it out of curiosity. He does it to save somebody's life. Because even though he doesn't believe it's actually going to work, he does it in a desperate move, and it happens. And then he tries it out later again to see if he can get the same result. More of a scientific thing. So forth and so on until he becomes addicted to the power and all that bullshit. Anyway, it's done quite well. The characters are more fleshed out in the sequel for it, especially when they get to the parts with L and stuff. It's a better ending. It's a much better ending, and L does come out on top.
Yeah, which is why
and Light has his comeuppance brought to him in a much better way than he does in the anime.
Comeuppance.
Yeah.
That's a word.
And heck, L came out on top so hard they gave him his own movie to send him out with one last hurrah.
Mm-hmm.
L changed the world. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah.
Well, since we're kind of on this subject,
Death Note.
speaking of other whitewash controversies, has anyone here besides me seen the new Ghost in the Shell movie?
Nope.
But my friend was
Not-
complaining about it.
No, I haven't.
No.
Is
not
anyone
yet.
refusing to watch it just because?
No.
I didn't know it was a thing.
The thing I could say is I've actually
I
seen
never
things.
saw the original anime.
If
So.
I may,
Go ahead.
actually, there were Japanese who were looking at it, and they said
They liked it.
they liked it. They actually think the character looks exactly like the one from the anime.
Yeah. Now,
That's surprised. Sorry. Also,
here's my thing. As someone who's both seen it and someone who can appreciate what they're trying to say with Hollywood whitewashing. First, before I saw the movie, when I heard that Scarlett Johansson was cast, it was kind of a shame that they weren't having an ethnically correct actress, But I was also somewhat relieved because I knew we could at least see a level of quality in the writing that would, at the very least, make it at least as good as Lucy. Maybe that's not fantastic, but it's definitely going to bring in some box office money, and it's something.
But that's the thing. Ghost in the Shell actually bombed, and they admitted part of the reason was because they whitewashed it.
Here's the other thing. After seeing the movie itself really isn't that bad. Yes, the story is dumbed down, and there were some areas where they could have benefited from that. But that's more with how they wrote the character than with Scarlett Johansson. They wrote the Major too robotic. It's better to watch the movie thinking of it as a retelling than as a straight adaptation. And likewise, a lot of what they did could very easily be fixed because they seem to be pushing towards a sequel. And if it at least does okay in money, they might be able to get it, and they could fix the issue very, very easily. Which all they would have to do is, if they make a second movie, because Motoko's body is cybernetic,
just replace her with an Asian actress.
I wanted a body upgrade that was more close to my original form. I wanted to be Asian again because I'm Japanese.
And the same with her nemesis if they decide to bring him back, because they did the same fucking thing with him.
The nemesis thing, ignore that because it's not what you're thinking. This is completely different in that regard. That character, I don't believe will be coming back.
Either
that
way, I agree with you. I think it would be better for them. I think I am willing to watch this movie on DVD. Mm-hmm. But I won't shell out money to go see it in the theater.
Yeah, you will actually appreciate, especially for all the homages to classic scenes from the anime they adapted. Those are beautiful. And say what you will, they look great.
Sorry.
I would have appreciated more, especially after ScarJo's character realized her identity, because this whole thing was about her discovering her identity. Even before then, if they had had more cultural Japaneseisms in there, like she would have, even without knowing who she was, she would have talked to Aramaki in Japanese because she's Japanese. It's what she does. She would talk normally and casually and do little gestures and other things in a very Japanese way. It's built into her. It's how she was raised when she was human. Things like that, they could have had in there, and it would have had such huge characteristics. It would have made a huge difference, and it would only be a subtle nod. And it would have made a much better difference, I think. And everything goes silent.
And on that bombshell, I think it's time for a music break.
Music break. Music break.
And we'll be back, everybody.
You're listening to Treetime on Celestia Radio, all pony all the time, except when it's whitewashing animes.
Just wait, they're gonna remake Equestria Girls and whitewash the shit out of it.
Oh wait, they already did.
Oh boy, we're back. We're gonna do a medley before everybody leaves. And then
But Tanuki Boy has an announcement.
Firstly, I just want to give a shout out to my boy Never Last Standing. I like playing his music, and he actually was commenting on some pictures on DeviantArt, and I was like, I recognize your username, and it turns out he's been a big fan of my artwork, and so I'm just like, he's a really cool dude, and like we're talking.
Yay!
Dun.
Recognition!
Quick shout out there.
Can we have time for a quick shameless plug?
Oh,
Shoot.
sure. That is
Shameless?
Yes, plug it like a shameless whore.
All right, first shameless plug. If you also like Fluffy Zai and his artwork, go to his Patreon, become a patron, get a commission from him. He's amazing. He makes cute art. He makes sexy art. He'll do ponies. He'll have ponies do ponies, and he'll also draw other things if you ask, even nagas.
Doing ponies.
Especially.
That's the best endorsement I've ever had.
And
congratulations.
Also, I, the fangirl, am still taking commissions happily and readily. I've had a lot of downtime in between work, so if you have a commission and you want me to draw something, I do exclusively ponies, but I will also do humans within reason. I don't do not safe for work, sadly, but I will do anything else that is not that is safe for work, cute, or otherwise just plain funny. I will draw you anything from a $5 reference picture to a $25 scene.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'll see.
Ooh.
So
I really
there's
need to-
mine.
He really does
I've
good
got
work.
commissions again.
Ah,
I highly recommend.
Yes, she
Fanny.
did. She did a full wallpaper.
Yes, I did. If you cannot afford a full-on commission but still want to support, I also have a Patreon. You can give as little as $1. Or if you want merchandise in a different form, like say a phone case or a computer
Redbubble.
bag, yes, go to my Redbubble page. I have lots of things. The biggest sellers are the Pony Butts and the Sherlock Hooves merch. The only place where you can get Sherlock Hooves merchandise.
Yes.
For me, I've been like I got so many commissions and projects for stuff like Buck Legacy and other stuff to do, and of course our Sherlock scenes, which I am still working on, guys.
Anyway, we
so
got-
if you do want something, just hit up Fangirl because she needs a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
Right.
Live now.
Magic!
10 minutes on the clock.
Merlurb. Let's get it.
Are we ready to start?
Yes.
We're ready.
Okay. 1010, Himisama.
Hi.
You are loving that, aren't you, Trey?
Got him. A diabetes.
Okay, I want an adjective.
Stop it!
Well, let's see. How can I twist this around so that it makes trade suffer as much as possible?
Don't. I will mute. I will. Fucking.
That will do you no good.
Nipply.
Fuck off.
Nipply. Okay.
Why are you torturing me
word.
tonight? I thought we had.
AJ.
I agreed to nothing.
Is that what Jack?
AJ.
What you need, Marshmallow?
A part of the body.
Oh lord.
I'm just gonna duck off because it turns out that some family has just arrived. Like my entire
Oh.
The entire-
and her daughters have just turned up.
The entire Ossicorn family.
No one even told
That's a
me.
lot of unicorns.
That's
with
a lot
fire
of
powers.
unicorns.
Yep.
Happy Easter, Stormy!
Have
Bye,
fun.
Sky, we'll see you later.
We'll shake our metaphorical fist if you're not here tomorrow.
I should be on. Probably.
Yes.
We'll see.
Anyway,
Anyways, I still need a part of the body, AJ.
does a tail count?
Yes, it does.
Oh good.
It's really
Shane?
thinking like, oh, Starry just wants to leave before it becomes lewd.
Hi-yo.
It's your favorite, an adjective.
Fuck.
No, that is still not an adjective.
I love adjectives. They're much more interesting than nouns.
You like adjectives because it makes me swear.
Yes,
Wooden.
Hmm.
that is an adjective.
So I guess I like describing things more than I like observing things.
Fluffer nutter.
Yes.
A number.
I want to go with my usual exactly 2 because it always works so well.
Exactly 2.
Yes.
Cutie.
Yes.
Noun.
Napkin.
That's interesting.
Squirrel.
Napkins.
Yes.
Another noun.
Calculator.
Brayburn.
Oh no.
Yeah!
You sound ill.
Yeah, I think I caught something hanging out with the buffalo.
Oh, don't tell me you got hoof and mouth disease.
No?
Yeah.
That would be the cows.
Oh, goodness.
Buffalo
No.
get it too.
Come on. What does
Adjective.
Braver get?
Adjective.
You know,
Brayburn,
you
give me
should
an
have had
adjective.
little Strongheart tested
Oh
beforehand.
god.
Horrible.
Ah.
I hate to say it, but that'd be kind of a moot point at this juncture. Anyway, Miss
Yeah.
Mary, what you need from me?
Adjective.
An adjective.
Describe something.
I know. Sickly.
How appropriate.
Yeah, sickly could be used. 1010.
Ew.
Another adjective.
Another adjective. Pruny.
Pruny.
Ew.
You know, kind of like how you get when you're in the spa too long.
Shut up.
Wow. Bringing out the dirty laundry on air. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Fanny.
See if the trip's gonna go that well for you.
Yeah, what you
Another part of the body.
I can hear it again.
Great. Toes.
And, Trade?
Adjective.
No, noun.
Good.
I expected a yippity skippity, which seems to be your usual go-to for like sarcastic.
I'm amazed that you
This
remember
has
that.
nothing to do with Carlin.
Newspaper.
And surprisingly, that was kind of short.
Yay. Kind of perfect because we got 5 minutes.
It's good. And this is all about AJ and the Southern Apple family traditions.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
God.
This will be hilarious, won't it, cuz?
You stop talking, you're going to lose your voice.
Yes, this is Southern traditions, basically. These nipply quirks are just part of what makes the South so charming.
Not a fucking word.
No, there's gonna be
word.
quite a few words. Add salted peanuts to your bottle of soda. The
Ew.
salty and sweet combo will blow your tail. And the peanuts
Well, it
keep
probably
help
would.
the cola fizzy. Plus, getting at the last few peanuts out of that curvy bottle is a wooden challenge.
I've
Huh.
never heard of that.
Yeah, never heard that one before.
Anyone older than you by at least exactly 2 years should be referred to
At
as
least.
ma'am or sire.
Let me say that again. Older by at least
Exactly 2.
2 years.
Yes.
Leave no room for judgment.
Okay. A sip-in-see is an open house held at a couple's home right after they have a newborn napkin.
Ew.
Most Southern weddings feature 2 cakes, the calculator cake and the groom's cake. The groom's cake is usually chocolate and is decorated to showcase the groom's sickly interests.
Oh
Ew.
my.
Is the calculator cake a TI-82?
Yes. Yes, why not?
It's
Should
the
be
biggest
TIA.
fucking one.
Oh. And that the Southerners love their buffets. Serving a buffet...
I love buffets.
Yeah, serving it's just the height of pruny Southern hospitality.
Ew.
And toe-written thank you notes on personalized stationery must be sent within 2 weeks of receiving a newspaper. We'll be writing that shit every day. And those were some Southern traditions.
Yay
Well, what if you-
haw.
But what if you've got an online subscription and you don't get the print edition?
Then send an email.
A toe-written email?
Might as
Yes.
well.
Good to
You'll
know.
get it, and all you can see is argle flargle blargle.
Well,
Everyone-
throat and mouth disease. That's
Everyone
horrible.
What
say
does it
your goodbyes.
Say
Good
goodbye.
night.
Good night.
Miss
Good night,
Barbara,
everybody.
Your final say.
From all of us here at Treetime, this is Miss Rara saying, I need a beer.
That's a fantastic impression of Squirrel.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
go drinking then. Sure.
Well, here's the thing. I've been around Squirrel for so long.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I can share AJ the other Mad Lib we did about the South.
Oh god.
Oh,
Good night.
Good night.
Night.